Hello everyone, welcome back to Story Studios, and I'm going to be talking about how you can get into mock building. This is part 1 of a 3-part video series that I'm going to do, part 1 being brick supply. If you're new to the channel, I love mock building. I mock build all the time. Recently, a little bit less than per usual, but some of my more recent mocks, such as my Asian restaurant mock, I did mocks for Tales of the Jedi episodes, I did a Nightfall mock a while ago, I did a Lipton and Rylaf mock, which is one of my most popular mocks on the channel. I've done several others in a series. I actually have a playlist in which I'm trying to build a LEGO Star Wars mock for every single Clone Wars episode that's in existence. Been a little slow, not gonna lie. I mean, you know, graduate studies will do that to you. I want to go back to how I started mock building and some things I picked up along the way, some advice I have for you all. Let's say that you love LEGO and you want to try start building your own mocks. Well, guess what? You can do that right now, and let me show you how for a very cheap price. I think there are 3 important things when talking about mock building that people need in order to build mocks, and one of them is brick supply. If you don't have anything to build with, then you can't really build a mock. You kind of need the materials before you can actually go through with this common sense. I think a lot of people get sort of like demoralized or just discouraged when they're like, well, I don't have the money to buy a lot of this LEGO, or like I don't have the money to do a lot of these big mocks or whatever. Guess what? You can start small, and you don't even have to buy a single brick before you can start mock building. And what do I mean by that? Well, obviously you need LEGO to mock build, but there are other ways, and one of the ways that I actually started off building mocks was with the M&R 2020 Mocktober contest, and this was something that I was really excited to do, but I also, I didn't have any spare bricks, like these shelves that I have of these drawers of bricks, like here and over there. I didn't have all that. But what did I have? I had sets and sets upon sets that I had been buying throughout my childhood, that had been given to me by my parents, relatives, friends, over Christmas, for birthdays. I've had all these sets, and a lot of them would just sit on a shelf, collecting dust, or in a bin, in storage. And you know, some of the sets I want to keep together, and there are sets that you can see behind me even that I've kept together because they hold certain value to that. But there are other sets where I'm like, I don't really care about you.
Years of academy training waste.
Like, sure, you were cool in the moment, but who really needs a 20 of these speeder bikes? A Ray's speeder, an old snow speeder set from 2005. The answer is probably not you. I mean, sure, you know, these sets mean something different to each other person, but probably you probably don't need or use or even look at or even remember that you have a lot of sets that you do have. So step 1 for me was just dismantling sets that I didn't care about anymore. And let me tell you, every single time you buy a LEGO set, those are pieces. Newsflash, you build LEGO sets with LEGO pieces. So my piece of advice for you along this path is that you work with what you have. I did a mock series last year with a couple mocks where I just took the bookstore LEGO creator set, and I dismantled it, and I made a couple of clone bases out of it, or just a couple scenes with those sets, and they came out pretty dang well, I think, and they were really fun. I didn't need a lot of brick. They literally were just super small, and I just built it. And that's a great way to get started, is just doing these smaller sized mocks, because you can do a lot of intimate detailing with those, which is really good practice. And I won't go into that too much because it's my part 2 video, but you know, it's really good practice to just do small mocks and get the details down. As I was saying, my M&R Mocktober 2022 contest submission, I actually used pieces from the UCS Death Star 2, and then I needed tan pieces, so instead of buying tan pieces, I just got the buildable Yoda that was on sale. I got that, was able to build it, get a live stream out of it, get a review out of it, and then I tore it down and then use the tan pieces for my mock because I needed tan pieces, and just like that, boom, there we go. So if you're like doing like a YouTube, or you're doing like Instagram or TikTok or whatever, and if you want to do mocks, you need pieces, but you also want to get other content out of it because we don't have all the money in the world. Find a set that you need, like that has pieces that you need for a mock idea that you have, and use it. Another great example, I bought the Lego Creator Manchester United Stadium. I have no interest in soccer. Like, I played soccer when I was little, really have no interest in soccer other than that.
Winding up for the shot, and oh! With the approach, oh! Wondering when, shot, oh! He's throwing away the bat, oh!
But I was like, hey, I want to make a Raymond James stadium mock for Tom Brady's retirement, and I was like, that has similar color schemes, that has a lot of the pieces that I would need. Let me just buy that set, build it, do a live stream. I did a hot stream with my friend Will. I did a review on that set, and now it's like, okay, there we go. Now I can use those pieces to build the Raymond James Stadium mock. Boom, I got 3 videos out of that. Maybe 4 videos. No, I mean, technically 5 videos. I mean, I did the vlog video of how I got the set, and then I did the, well, technically the vlog video is no longer on. That's something for another time. Maybe I'll disclose it on a live stream, but not in this video. I had 5 videos. The vlog of me getting the set, the Lego haul afterwards, the live stream build, the review of the set, and then the mock that I used from pieces from that set. So there you go, that's 5 videos right there from just purchasing one set and just thinking ahead. So highly suggest, take some sets you don't like, take it apart, see what you can build from it, make some alternative builds. It's just, you know, there you go. That's a good first step. Now, of course, you can't get all of your bricks from just sets unless you bought every single set in the world, took apart every single set in the world, and there you go. That would probably get you pretty far. But let's be real, you know, like a lot of sets that we would get a lot of pieces from, like maybe the UCS Death Star 2, I want to keep that together though, because it's a nice display piece now. But what are we going to do now? I need bricks, and I don't want to take some sets apart. And I've taken all the sets apart that I've wanted to, and I still need certain pieces. Well, now that you've done that, you won't have to spend so much money, but you should go to Bricklink. Bricklink is a great resource. If you don't know what Bricklink is, you need to know what Bricklink is. You can look up sets, you can look up minifigs, you can look up individual pieces. How do you find individual pieces? Well, if you go to the PDFs of any LEGO instruction booklet, let's say you know what piece you want, but you don't know how to describe it, because let's be honest, some pieces look a little wacky. Let's say you like a piece from the LEGO Ninjago City set, and you're like, I don't know what to call this piece, or this piece, or this piece, but I want to use these pieces in a mock. How is that going to work? Well, guess what? You're going to go to the instruction booklet, either the physical one or the one online, which they're all for free. Download it, go to the last page, and all the pieces are organized by color. Find the number, the identification number on that page, and then type it in on Bricklink, and there you go. And it will show you listings of the piece, show you where you can buy it, the prices. There's new, used, in-state, out-of-state, wherever country you're from, wherever you want to buy from. You get them in bulk, see how much quantity they are. Bricklink is just such a great resource. And they usually are pretty fast. Like, it does depend on the seller, but usually they are pretty fast to, like, get your bricks to you. In my Jedi Nightfall mock, I had to buy a lot of pieces from there. I had to buy a lot of those translucent pieces, which I still haven't used them for many of the mocks. They were just really easy to find in bulk. I got to find the best deal with Bricklink's price guide. Once again, really easy method of finding bricks, getting them in bulk if you need them for a fairly non-expensive price. Now, obviously, the price, you know, it really builds up. Like if you want 100 of something, they're all worth 10 cents, like, you know, that's $10 right there. And then you get something else that's maybe worth 50 cents. You want 100 of those? Yeah, well, that's $50. And so, and sometimes it's like, sometimes I lowballed it, you know, you find this out with Building Box. You always want to overestimate how many bricks you need because you always need more than you think, like, trust me. And so, you know, Bricklink, I mean, you do have to spend a lot of money, but take in consideration of how else would you get those bricks, you know, like where else would you get them? Secondhand stores, wherever. Like this is probably the place where you want to go if you know what bricks you need. You want to find them at the very cheapest price, because if you don't like the prices of Bricklink, you probably won't find it cheaper elsewhere. There are a few exceptions which I'll get into, but most likely the Bricklink standard is the price you want to get. Next is Pick-a-Brick, and Pick-a-Brick is super useful sometimes, because when it comes to like the Lego store, you know, sometimes they have bricks that you like and sometimes they have bricks that you don't like. I got an entire small cup of just these chrome cones, which are super cool. I've used them in several MOCs. There are always pieces that I think every MOC builder should just have, and Pick-a-Brick walls usually have these pieces, but pieces, they're going to include like bricks, like 2x4 Lego bricks, the classic. They're going to be good for structural purposes. For walls, for example, these are going to be such a lifesaver. The 1x3 bricks, they are usually, I see them fairly often at Pick-a-Bricks and Lego stores. The dark gray and the light gray versions, these have just been great in such like tight circumstances, whether it's making a building, which I used in my most recent MOC in the Asian restaurant, like making the walls and stuff, or rock work, or whatever you terraforming. These are just really useful to have, and they're very versatile because they are 1x3 bricks, so they're not too small like 1x2, but they're not restricting to like 1x4s. I think they're really, really great for smaller MOC builders. I use these a lot. I have 2 full cups of 1x3 light gray bricks. Like, that's how much I use them and how much I think they are worth investing in. If I had to choose between Pick-a-Brick and Bricklink, I would probably choose Pick-a-Brick, because you can either bring your own cup and it's 50 cents off, or you just keep on getting more cups, and these are like great storage units for your Pick-a-Bricks. Let's say you don't want to spend money on these shelves, which I highly suggest spending money on these shelves, and I actually have a video about organizing Lego. You should go check that out. If you don't want to spend money on these shelves, Pick-a-Brick cups, great way to store Lego. Really easy way to and they stack really well. Like, you can stack them pretty high if they're on a pretty flat surface. Also, I'll make a comment. I did make a video last summer about the most efficient way to like fill up a Pick-a-Brick cup. I did some experimentations on how to do that. At the very beginning of the video, I said that Lego loses money on Pick-a-Brick. Now, people have commented, a lot of people have commented, saying that I'm wrong. One, I was told that by a Lego employee, so I'm really just a messenger. And two, after thinking about it logically, yeah, I'm probably wrong. This is one of those circumstances where I messed up in a video. I think I am wrong, and thank you for calling me out on it. Keep me accountable. So, there we go. Alright, the 2 exceptions that I wanted to say about buying Lego for maybe cheaper than Bricklink price. The first thing is like garage and yard sales, because there are people out there who don't know that Lego is expensive and doesn't know that Lego is worth a lot. And some people just, or maybe they're moving, or they just want to clean out the house and they don't care that they get the most money for the stuff that they have, and they just want to get rid of it. I have so many stories of myself or friends included that have gone to garage sales or yard sales, or maybe have seen online listings of Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist of people getting rid of Lego, and these are like valuable Lego. They could be charging like $200, and they're just like, yeah, just $5. I don't know how often that happens or will happen. It is one of those things that will probably happen a lot less as people continuously know. I think it used to happen more back in the day, because I mean, let's be honest, Lego is getting more popular and more mainstream. Lego wasn't as mainstream as it always was, and people would just sell it not really knowing. But I think with a lot of these videos, people are understanding, oh, Lego is worth more. Maybe I should do research to see how much I can get for just selling Lego, and other people just don't care. So, for example, I saw a Facebook Marketplace listing for a lot of old Lego. This is how I got my UCS Death Star 2 used. And I only paid, I think, $270 for the Death Star 2. $270 for that set. Used, it should not be, it should be a lot more than $270. Sometimes you'll get those deals, sometimes you'll find them, and sometimes you won't. And they do exist, but you do have to, like, look for them. So, you know, how many garage sales do I go to where they don't even have Lego, let alone selling Lego for cheap prices, you know what I mean? There are other times where I have chosen to buy Lego off of eBay because people are purposely pricing certain pieces lower. I needed to finish my custom ATT walker for my Limited Run MOC, and I just needed some forest green pieces, and I needed I didn't need them in bulk. And Bricklink is way better to get pieces if you're getting them in bulk. If you're getting like 1 or 2 pieces, then it's not really worth it because you're paying for shipping for like 2 pieces at that point. That's not good. Some shops you might be able to find all the pieces that you're looking for. Other shops might not have all the pieces you're looking for. So another way that Bricklink gets you is that you might have to split your order into 2 separate online vendors because one vendor might not have all the pieces that you want. So you have to go to a second vendor, and now you're paying shipping twice for one order or for 2 orders, but you want it to be 1 order. So I went on eBay. I just found this guy selling these bulk bricks for cheap. It was sort of like mystery bags. It was like, these are just dark green bricks. Don't know what you're gonna get, but you'll get dark green bricks. And there's like blah blah blah. There's 200 pieces here. Sell it to you for $5. $5 for 200 pieces. Sounds like a pretty good deal for me. So I got the bag, and there were enough pieces for me to make to customize my ATT walker, so I had a dark green color scheme. I did have to get creative, but I think that's part of the fun about mock building, is that you don't always have the right pieces, and you have to get creative. You have to figure out how you have to problem solve with the pieces that you do have. And so, those are 2 scenarios, where I would probably opt for not Bricklink, but most of the time I'm opting for Bricklink. But there you go. That's how you get supply for bricks for starting your Lego mock building. Thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned for part 2 and part 3 of how to start Lego mock building with Story Studios. Like, comment, subscribe down below. Click the bell icon if you're not notified, so you can get notified when I'm posting new content. And as always, I will see you all in the next video. Keep building, everyone. Peace out.